What's going on, guys? Welcome back. And today I'm going to be reviewing the Spider-Man Bike Rescue, or the Spider Bike Rescue set from the new Spider-Man line for 2019 or late 2018, because I got this for Christmas yesterday in my Christmas haul. And yeah, I thought I'd do this set review first. I built all the other sets. I built the nude suitcase and the Grid-A-Wall, the nude brickhead, so I'll be doing reviews on those soon. But I thought, why not review the Spider-Man Bike Rescue first? So, starting off with our minifigures here, we have Spider-Man. And this version of Spider-Man is fantastic. He's much better than the original version they came up with. Love the dual molded legs, and the detail is very vibrant, which I really appreciate. Lots of bright blues and reds, just a very vibrant figure. I gave him this web blast because he was just a spare one that wasn't used in the set, so I just gave him that. The mask kind of reminds me of the Sam Raimi, Tobey Maguire Spider-Man suit. I don't know why, just the eyes, they kind of remind me of that suit. So if you're making like a stop motion or something based off the Sam Raimi films, you can use that, because it kind of reminds me of the Sam Raimi suit. But that's it for this version of Spider-Man. I love it. And probably my favorite non-licensed version of Spider-Man. I still think the ones from the MCU look a little better. But next up we have Miles Morales. Right in time for Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, which I think is why they're releasing these sets, because they have a lot of characters from that film in this new line. They have Gwen Stacy, or Spider-Gwen, and they have Miles, so I think they're trying to base it slightly off Spider-Verse, or kind of releasing it to coincide with it, but this suit is not based off Spider-Verse, it's based off the comic books, and it's very similar to the 2015 minifigure that came in the Carnage Shield Sky Attack set. Very similar torso, barely changed, but the eyes are a little bit wider, or like a little bit changed. He comes with these web blasts, these two web blast pieces. It has no leg printing, but I'm really happy to finally have Miles. I wanted to get him in the Shield Carnage Sky Attack, or the Carnage Shield Sky Attack, but I never did. So it's a great new way to get him, and just after Spider-Verse, which I love that film. So yeah, that's it for Miles Morales. Next up we have Carnage, and this figure is absolutely insane. I don't think it's as good as the 2015 rendition, but it's insane. They have these red tentacles with these teeth pieces and these crazy like spike symbiote looking pieces. They mix it up so it looks kind of different. He's holding two of them as well, in these translucent pieces that the spider people use to hold the webs. It's kind of weird because I like this new piece they invented for Infinity War. I believe it was the first place they used it for the Outriders. But they haven't been molding it in any different colors other than black. So for this figure, it's just in black, and they have to use these black clip pieces. So if they just molded it in red and used those in red, then it could have been a consistent color scheme. I mean, they used a little bit of black there, but I mean, I think it should have been all red. Then moving on to the figure without that crazy symbiote tendrils coming off him. He has no arm printing, which is why I think he's a step down from the 2015 rendition. He has a little bit of orange on him, but he kind of looks more comic booky. He looks like the one from the 60s cartoon, or that version of the character, I should say. But yeah, I love this Carnage figure. I'm really happy to have him, and I really can't wait to get Venom, because I really want Venom, and he's like one of my favorite superhero villains. So that's it for Carnage. Next up, we have the Spider Bike. And I actually kind of like the design of this vehicle, believe it or not. I know a lot of people don't like it, but I actually like the design of it. It's pretty cool. I think the back is a weird design, like with the flipping up parts. There's a sticker there. On this side, they have a stud shooter where you can shoot these spider robots, which are really cool. I believe they were used in Nexo Knights. And you can fire them at Carnage or whoever you're facing. And you can rotate the guns on each side. You have these wheels with a little bit of white. I like that, kind of keeping the web design there. And then you have this side, which just has a cannon that's shooting out like a stream of webs. With like this web shield at the end, which I'll show you later. They can like hold it like a shield. I don't really like this. It's a static play feature, and it doesn't do anything, so it just kind of takes away from the design, so I probably won't display it like that. To be honest, you could just take these off the sides, and I think it would look better. But you have a little sticker up there, which looks kind of like the Spider-Man PS4 logo. And you can stick old Spidey on there. I don't really like the design. I like the design of the bike. I just don't like the way they designed this seat. Like, it just looks really weird. Like, you stand him on this piece, and they're supposed to hold on to the handlebars. Like, Can I get it on there? Oh my goodness. See, this, it's just a really hard design here. But it's just like, it just looks really awkward. Like, it looks like he's standing weirdly, and I don't really like that. Like, it looks fun for kids, but I don't really like that design feature of the bike, but I like the rest of the design. So yeah, that's it for the Spider bike. Next up, we have the main build of the set, which is the Carnage's little power generator he's hacking into, and I really like this build. You have these, I guess, like, monitors, which would have been great for the Infinity War trailer when Bruce Banner's looking at those monitors if I had them at that time, but what the hey. Or not the Infinity War trailer, sorry, the Endgame trailer. And I was really hoping they would be prints, but they're stickers, which is kind of sad, but it doesn't really bother me that much. You have a sticker there, and you have these, skeleton arms with webs on them, so it looks like Spider-Man's kind of been webbing up the generator. And then if you take those off, you have, I like these. These are prints, these little, like, construction, like, prints there. I like those. You have the, little lights at the edges. And then you have a little play feature where if you push this down, you, blow out these, cylinders, which isn't one of the best explosion features. They don't really pop out. But, you know, I like myself a classic, explosion feature in LEGO. So it doesn't bother me that much, but it doesn't really work that well, so it's probably not one of my favorite explosion features. It doesn't really activate that well. And then I also wanted to comment on these new, like, Spider-Man web pieces. They're really weird. They're kind of like when they made those Power Blast pieces earlier in the year, like for the Infinity War sets and the DC sets. Now they're kind of copying these web blasts. So these are kind of like the version of like those long Power Blasts, but they're in web form, and a lot of people thought these were just recolors in white. They aren't. That's a new piece. This is new. It's like a shield, which you can clip it. I'm just going to show you with Carnage here. You can clip it into his hand. It's kind of like a shield. You have these Spider-Man handcuffs, which is kind of weird. That's kind of funny. So if you want to, like, I guess, arrest the Spider Cops coming to get you, Carnage, you can just put these weird spider cuffs on him. I think, who was it? I think it was Michael MGF that called these Spider-Man handcuffs, or Spider-Man, pom-poms, which is kind of funny. So just one peg, and you can kind of make it look like he's webbed his hands up. You have these, smaller ones, which are similar to the smaller, energy blasts, and then you have the smaller webs. So I just wanted to comment on that they kind of, they've made, like, versions of the Power Blast pieces, but they're not Power Blasts, they're, like, web blasts. So moving on to the rating for this set, or the ratings, better put Carnage's weird thing back in here, his weird symbiote tendrils. I think this is a great set. It's got some great pieces. I like the design of the spider bike, except for the back and how you actually sit Spider-Man on there. It looks a little awkward. But I love the minifigures. It's a cheap way. It's a $25 set, so it's a cheap way to get the new Spider-Man, which is fantastic. And reminds me of the Sam Raimi version. It comes with Carnage, which is a step down, but still a nice way to get Carnage. And Miles Morales, just in time for Spider-Verse, and I'm really happy to have him because I'm a big fan of his character now because of Spider-Verse. Yeah, I'm going to give this set an 8. It's got some good pieces. I like that it's kind of like a part pack for the webs. I like the design of the spider bike overall, and I like the little generator build. Those monitors are useful. And even though they're stickers, and I like the minifigures. The minifigures are definitely a draw. It's a $25 set, and you get these 3 figures. Great value. So I guess every time LEGO makes a Carnage set, it's going to come with Miles and Carnage. But yeah, I'm going to give the set an A, and I think it's got a great value. So you guys let me know what you think of this Spider Bike Rescue set in the comments for the new Spider-Man line. And I hope you guys have a great day. Take care.